Okay, so I have navigated to Adele's profile. She is an organizer for an upcoming webinar Outlook scheduling poll, and she wants to check with a couple of her internal colleagues to see if they are available to participate in January. And she also wanted to invite an external guest to participate as well. Now, the one good thing is if you invite an external person, they don't have to have a subscription to Microsoft 365 to be able to vote. So that's really good. So let's go ahead and fill out this email. I also recommend that you fill out the email first. So let me pull this up. Couple things. When in the to line, anybody that's in the to line, that they are a required participant. Anyone that's in the CC, they are optional. And make sure that you enter in a subject, because if you initiate and create that scheduling poll, it will just enter in vote colon, and they will enter all their participants. I've done it already, so make sure you fill that out. Go ahead and fill out your message. Now, once you put your cursor in any of these fields, now you can launch the scheduling poll. So click on the three dots, which is the more options. Scroll to scheduling poll. So let's talk about what you see here. Just so you know, the time zone refers to the meeting organizer's time zone. So if you do have people outside, let them know that it will show up. The details will include the local time for the organizer. Let's talk about the duration. So you do have options to choose how long you want your meetings. Even if you choose 8 hours, that's a full day. And you have the option for meeting hours. Now, what does this mean? When meeting hours is enabled, all this is going to do is show available dates that aligns with your work schedule. So if you have already updated Outlook settings to say that your work hours are from 8 to 5 or 10 to 6, it's going to choose times within that period. Now, if you have not updated your daily schedule, that it will default to 8 to 5. Let me just choose a day because I want you to see what this looks like. So I have the meeting hours and selected. I need a 2-hour window. This is showing me what dates are available for the people that I have included. So if you hover over the people icon, it's going to give you a summary of who is available and the people listed. What's in gray are external people. You can also click on this drop down to see that same information. It also show you other times. These are times because either it's going to let you know that somebody is tentative, may not be available, or if they're not available at all. So this is really nice. Let me show you what this looks like when you disable it. So when this turned off, now you have the whole calendar day. This is really good when, if you're planning an event after hours, after 5 o'clock, say it's a dinner event, you can choose the hours that you want. Okay, so let's turn this back on. Again, notice a 2-hour window that there is nothing going to show up at 4 or 5 o'clock. So really nice. Okay, so to change the dates, all you're going to do is use these little symbols here. You can change the dates and look at people's availability. I want to try to choose the 1 o'clock and the 2:30 time slot on the 17th. If I want to choose another date the following week, I can do that as well. Check out their availability and choose some dates. So that's good. Let's hit next. So what this is going to do is just show you a summary of the dates and the times that you have selected. You have the option to fill in the location. If it's going to be a team meeting, you can leave that on because it's going to provide the details. Now, let's look at the poll settings. So the first one is schedule when attendees reach consensus. So if you decide to use this feature, this is that auto book that I was talking about. So if you choose this option, everyone that's required to attend that meeting has to vote on a day and before it is auto selected. So it will choose the most popular dates and the earliest times if this is automated. The second option is hold dates on my calendar. Again, this is only going to hold the dates on the organizer's calendar and not the attendees. And you definitely want to do that. Notify me about poll updates. For that option there, if you want to receive, all the emails every time somebody votes or make a change, you can get those emails. I prefer not to get those emails because if I want to look at people's responses, that I would just go to the dashboard. So for me, I wouldn't select this, but it's there for you if you want to. Required attendees to verify identity. So with this one, if you have a, confidential meeting that you are holding and you want to make sure the right people are voting, you may want to initiate that. I'm going to turn this on because I want you to see how it works. If you are a Microsoft 365 subscriber, you're going to just log into your work or school account. That's enough. If you are not a subscriber, you will receive a code manually to input when your prompt. Lock poll for attendees. You may want to use this sometimes if you only want to offer, certain dates. You don't want them to change or propose a date. You can lock it based on what you are offering. So I can see this being used, for the right scenario. So, okay, let's just hit create. And I'm going to go ahead and close this. Once it's created, it adds a card into your email. That's why I said it's really important that you go ahead and fill everything out. And notice my subject line is also there. So that's why I wanted to show you that. They have the button to vote and view all polls. Again, this is exactly what the invitees are going to see. So let's go ahead and send it. So Adele's email that she just sent was saved in her sent folder. I went on and opened it for you. Let's go look and vote. When any users click on the vote, it's going to actually take you to the voting page. And let's review what's here. You see it's giving you information about the event. It's 2 hours, location if it was listed. It shows how many people were invited, the time. And we'll talk about this a little later, send reminders, or you can cancel the poll. Look over here on the right-hand side. It shows who is the organizers. So organizers, regardless if you are going to attend that meeting or that event, you will still be listed as the organizers and you are required to vote as well. So if you're not going to participate or attend, just go ahead and mark no. It will list all the required attendees as well as who is option. You can modify their names if you need to. Now, here's something as well. When you add a required attendee, you actually have to manually enter in their name and you have to enter in their email address. This is regardless if it's someone internal or external. And the reason why is because This is now has navigated away from Outlook. This is a whole separate website. And so this allows external users to be able to vote if they are a subscriber or not. And that's why you're going to have to add a email address. Let's talk about the scheduling poll area. So notice you see the dates, you have what hours. You can also choose preferred yes or no. You will also see others who has voted. Since she's actually going to participate in this event, we will mark these all yes. These are good dates for her. And let's go ahead and hit vote. Okay, so I just wanted to also, while we're still talking about the organizers, let's look at view all polls. Let's see what that looks like. So whenever she creates any polls, it will be listed here and kind of give her a summary. And if you need to edit a poll, let's click on it. And you want to change the location or change the duration, you're able to do that here. You do have the ability to cancel the poll. And if you want to look and review the settings for this particular event, you can just hover over it and notice the box that just letting you know what settings you have selected prior to creating it. So that's nice. If you want to set your default poll settings, you can do that. So at least if you kind of use the same settings all the time, you have the ability to do that. Just check or deselect what you want. Really nice. If you do a lot of polls, you can look at completed, whatever's been canceled or whatever's been expired. The only recommendation, make this as a favorite. Go ahead and mark it and have it as a favorite so you can get to it at any given time. So now let's go look and see what this looks like for an attendee. Okay, so what you see on the screen now, I thought it would be best I show both voting pages. On the right is Nestor. He was actually invited. And I have Adele, who was the organizer. They look exactly the same. You know, only thing that is missing, you see the send reminder and cancel poll for the organizer. And notice how Nestor can see Adele's, how she was able to respond. Looking here on the right, he can also, you know, add someone if he wants to under the required as well as optionals, and he can vote. So let's go ahead and mark it. Yes, I'm free here. This date, okay. I will prefer, you know, Tuesday the 24th, and I won't not available at that given time. And he just hit the vote button and his vote is submitted. Now, again, let me go over here on Adele's side. Let's hit refresh. Notice now I see how Nestor has voted. Once everybody else votes, that you will see she can choose a schedule. Okay, so I am back in as Adele. Remember, Adele is the organizer. And I want to show you a couple things. One, I want to show you how to add a person and how they have to receive the invite once the poll has been created, as well as show you how a person get a verification code and sign in. Earlier, I had showed you, you add their name and email address and hit done. Okay, so they've been added. So the interesting thing is that we added that person, we included their email address. They do not get an email from here, right? So earlier I had said that do not forward the original invite to invite someone, you have to make sure you add them on the voting page first, then go to the email. I've already prepared it. Then go to the email and send this version to them so they able to click the voting, to get click on the vote button to get to the voting page. I actually was on the phone with Microsoft, and they did share that that is a bug and that will be fixed in, upgrades. So, but I just want you to be aware of that right now. That's the behavior. So hopefully that will change. So I have already sent the email to Terica. Let me show you what happens when she logs on. Okay, so Terica got the email and she clicked on the voting button, and this is that verification. When they have to verify who they are, they're going to see the meeting details and they have to click on their name. Let's click on it. Notice it gives her the details about the event. And if you have a work or school Microsoft account, you click on this so you can be able to sign in. If not, you have to click on send email verification code, and it's going to go to that email address. So make sure you do that. Okay, so let's go check my email. Okay, so I have the email up here. And I have two choices. I could actually just click on confirm your identity. Notice that the code is in there. I just type the code into there and hit submit. And I am now verified, and Terica can come in here and vote. Okay, so Terica has voted. Now I can see, we have Nestor and Terica's responses. We are still waiting on a few others to vote. Now we want to send that email reminder. So let's go ahead and click on that. So the email went out. Let's go see what it looks like. Okay, so I'm still in Adele's account, and I just went to her sent and looked in her emails. Noticed that the email did come from Adele. It only went to the 3 people that she originally included in her email. So when we invited Terica did not get that that reminder. So again, that's another bug in their system, because this will mean that you would have to send this to them manually if they have not voted. So I want to also kind of talk to you about the different behaviors when you have notified me about poll updates. And you remember in the introduction, I said I usually turn this off because I don't want to get all the emails. That is my preference. But you may decide you want to receive those emails, and I want to show you what happens when you do. So here's that one, and notice that anytime that there are any updates, it is saved in that email. Now, one of the reasons why it's not one of my favorite choices, that because I have to go and search for that email in my sent and be able to look at, every time I get responses. So this will update instantly as people vote. I just keep coming back to this one and look at the summary. I prefer that just going to the dashboard and looking at how everyone voted. But this option is available to you. Again, this is saved in your sent folder in that original email, and it will update as people vote. Let me know what you think about this, and leave your thoughts and comments below. Now we are ready to confirm and schedule this meeting. I am on Adele's calendar, who is the organizer. I see, my events because they are marked as hold this event on the calendar. on for both dates. So let's go to the dashboard and schedule this meeting. We're going to click on the event. We're going to navigate to the voting page. And so I can look and see what the best times are. If any of these don't work, you can propose another time just by clicking on the plus and enter in the date and times that you want to offer. If you want to delete, now the only time you want to delete is when you want to remove that date as an option, because once you schedule a meeting, all those other proposed dates will be removed from the voting page as well as the calendar, and you're going to see that in a second. So let's go ahead and schedule this meeting. So the calendar pop up. If you want to change the title on this, you can. If you want to make any other adjustments, you can do that as well. And let's just go ahead and hit send. Okay, so the poll is saved. Let's go check it out and see what it looks like on the calendar. Okay, so that was the 24th. We don't see it there. It's been removed. And so there is our meeting scheduled and all others has been removed. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful in reducing the hassle of scheduling multiple dates and times. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can stay connected to any new enhancements or bug fixes with Outlook Scheduling Poll. Now, go work your magic.